Yolan True, and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And today it's time for a little bit of personal experience again, and I think that's something I want to do in between as well. Not only make those videos on certain ships, buildings and everything else, those little explanation videos, but sometimes do a video on my experiences here as well and the stages I'm working on. And you just followed probably my video about what the Ops 51 changes in the whole game are. But in the background at my station, and that's docked, you see something I finally managed to get on the server, and that is my favorite toy, and that's the Vor Cha, because I now managed to get to level 53, and which was harder than that, getting Shipyard 53. But before I go into details here, I just want to say thank you again. I mentioned before that, for example, in the pinned comment under the videos, there is one way of supporting my channel, and I just want to say thank you for thank you to a few people that recently used that to support my work here and used the PayPal link here. And I just want to say thank you, because I really appreciate it. It's a lot of investment from my side, and I appreciate that you appreciate my work with that and show it with that. And so, of course, it's time to say thank you again. But now let's talk about where those investments got me from. Not that much. The most goes into ships and refits that I show you in the beginning, like the Voyager refit, the NX-01 and stuff like that. But the work I have to put in here is also playing the game, and that finally got me to Ops 53. And that was quite a way from 49, and the only reason to go beyond 49 in the first place is to get to 53, because then you get the next stage, the next really interesting stage of ships, because they are much cheaper than the 4-star epic ones, and that's the 5-star uncommon ships, and one of them is the Vor Cha. But I quickly want to talk about, to go to level 53, you have to get a number of things on 52 to do the upgrade of the Ops to 53. But the most annoying part then is that from the first time, kind of, you suddenly need uncommon materials for everything. You need to upgrade, after upgrading the Ops, you need to upgrade the Academy, of course, and then you would just think, oh, I can upgrade the R&D department. But for the R&D department, you have to upgrade the 3 dilithium things you see here, the 2, what are they called? The generators and the dilithium vault, which is expensive enough. And you have to get all 3 of them as well to upgrade the R&D department. There you suddenly already need loads of uncommon gas, like for the Ops I already needed loads of uncommon ore. And then only you can upgrade the Shipyard to 53, and the Shipyard 53 is the prerequisite for those ships. The blueprints of the ships weren't the big problem, because I needed quite some time since grinding missions and a lot of other things in deep space. And so I had a lot of credits as well for the Klingons and for the Federation. And so I had the blueprints for the Vor Cha before I had the shipyard for it. But let's have a quick look at it. I made a video on the Vor Cha already, but it's something different when you finally have it. So it's one of my favorite ships from the Klingons, and you will remember it when Campak came to Picard to make him the arbiter of succession of the Klingon Empire, when in the end Gowron, this idiot, became Chancellor, but Duras would have been even worse. But there were really 2 guys to pick from. If Picard knew what would happen in up to Deep Space Nine with Gowron, he wouldn't be very unhappy about having to make that choice. But nevertheless, since that time we know this ship, and I really like it, and it's quite helpful. And what I didn't talk about when I make these introduction videos, the good thing is when you have those ships, you can have a quick look again at some details. Upgrading it will be hell, because upgrading is expensive like hell. You see, I need already 35 billion titanium just for the warp drive. I need 90 billion for the photonic torpedoes, and another 48 billion for the impulse engine. So that will be quite a grind. Now, I needed loads of par steel for the station. I talked about this in the Ops 51 video. But as soon as you have reached the point that you have shipyard 53, and now I'll take it slow with the station, I will time after time slowly get everything to level 53, because I'm staying on 53 for some time now, because everything is so expensive that I have to do a lot of grinds in the galaxy to save a lot of material again, so I will not move on anytime soon. But that's why I'm shifting from par steel, and I spent about 30 trillion par steel from 49 to the shipyard now. And now it's turning into tritanium. Tritanium will be the issue now, because I need alone 3 billion alone to repair the Vulture, and that's a brand new Vulture. And so tritanium will be the issue, so God bless the Monaveen and the Monaveen refinery. But also we can have a quick look again at the firing patterns. I made the video on that and showed you, but the weapons here, like the pulsed phaser, they have a charge time of 1, a recharge time of 1, so they will shoot every turn and have 2 shots. That's another pulsed phaser, and we also have the kinetic photon torpedoes. Has a charge time of 2 and a recharge time of 3, but has 4 shots. So it's not a weak ship, and it's I like the firing pattern, for example, of the Vor Cha better than the firing pattern of the Northcutt, which is the Federation 5-star UC ship. And so for fighting, the Vor Cha is a really nice ship, and of course it does much more damage than my other ships, and so on. And the good thing is I still haven't upgraded the warp engine, but the warp range, the basic warp range of that ship after building without any upgrade of the warp drive is already, because of my research of course, 298. So it will get me into a lot of places in deep space where I have to grind hostiles, and so that is a big jump from the Corinar I used before than towards now. And the ability I talked about in my general Vulture video, of course, is nice. Each time the Vulture is hit, it increases the critical hit damage by 1%, and that's cumulative. Imagine a fight that lasts a bit longer. And the nice thing is, with just two of those Vultures, yesterday, and the other one wasn't much bigger than mine. Yesterday we, for the first time, destroyed our first 1 billion power FKR armada. So they have some power. Of course, we had 2 other players with us, but with much smaller ships, and just 2 of those have been enough, with another Pelham and I guess another and a Voyager, to destroy a 1 billion Federation armada. It was a UC armada, of course. The other ones there in the system were 3.5 billion, but it is a nice development. Before that, we did 250 million ones. Now, when I got my Vulture as well, we can do the 1 billion ones, and that's quite a development. So the Vulture has quite some punch on it, and I looked at the battle protocols. It was nice. So that was what I was talking about the whole time, getting to these ship classes. And I talked a little bit about the journey there to level 53, and especially the shipyard 53. And once again, that was my whole reason to leave 49 in the end, to get to this place, to the next ship, because I skipped most of the rare 4-star ships, because I got one because of the Borg cube. Otherwise, I would have skipped that as well. And skipped all of the epic ones. At some point in the game, I might still get them just because it's nice to have them. But it was never my target, because my target was the 5-star UC ships, because they cost 450,000 faction credits, and that is cheap compared to rare or epic 4-star ships. And that's the reason why I'm always targeting those. And they are really nice. And in the end, I will get all 3 of those 5-star uncommon ships, because that's a fun. But it was a grind, and a video like this is just to give some opinion, of course, but also to show what's ahead for you when you continue playing this game. And that's why I do like the game, because you can achieve things with hard grind. The last part, or it wasn't even the last part, the shipyard was easy. The R&D department was killing me, because I was 5,000 UC gas low on to build it. So I did every exchange in the factions I could find, which didn't work out very well this time. You know, whenever you need something, you get other stuff, but not what you need. And some people in my alliance once again assisted me, so we could do very big armadas, so that I got stuff through the exchanges again. The last 1,000 I needed, I got there. I had some luck from the 5-star epic armada exchange, and so I finally could build that thing. Otherwise, I would probably be still working on some faction stores or whatever to get the last stuff. But when you achieve these points, then it's always something special. It's just a game, but still, when you finally get the thing that you were targeting on for months, then it's absolutely nice. And everyone will set a goal for themselves to achieve something in their next phase, and just work on it. You cannot rush everything. As usual, as I say, it's a marathon and not a sprint, but you can, in your time, the time you can spend on this game, you can work on it and you can achieve it. And that's another reason why I want to do a video like this in between as well, to show you that it is achievable. But it was a lot of grinding. I did almost every mission that you can do before going to level 61, because then the other spaces are locked. But in the spaces that you can reach before, I almost did every existing mission to get a lot of stuff as well, to get credits, to get blueprints, and that takes the time, of course. That took a lot of working with changing crews in between. That's why I realized I have to do a video on some mission boss crews again, because that was something I was really using on those missions, because on my Voyager, which was in general too small for those mission bosses, with the right crews I could finally do those missions. And only with the Voyager, because I need the warp range to get there, because I didn't have the Vor Cha. And I still could beat those mission bosses, and that's why I have to make the video on the crews, because I had to only to exchange one officer depending on the mission the mission boss I was fighting, and it worked the whole time. And I realized I didn't make that video yet, but I will soon do that. If you have something to add to Ops 53 or the Vulture, if you have the Vulture, then please let me know how much you like her. I really do like it, as much as of course I like the Corvus and the Northcut as well. The Corvus will take some time, but I already got the Northcut as well, because it took so long to get to 53. There was a lot of time to save credits. So in the next days, I will give you a hint at my Northcut as well. But nevertheless, if you have questions in general or video requests, you know that I regularly read the comments. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.